Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Darlene. I am Darlene from Darlene Dion Designs here on Flosstube, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy. I design cross-stitch patterns and quilt patterns. They're both available in my Etsy shop, and sometimes I also have finished items in my Etsy shop, mostly project bags. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here today. Welcome if you're new. If you've been here for a while, thank you for coming back. It has been over a month since I updated. Yeah, it has been kind of a crazy month. Not because of Christmas. I've been sick. The day after my last Flosstube, I came down with this flu that's going around. It's not COVID. But yeah, I was pretty down and out for about a week and a half. And I had a ton of stuff to do to get ready for Christmas. And some of that just didn't happen. Anyway, I had a couple of gifts that I was to finish, and that didn't happen. And to those of you who were expecting them, I'm sorry, you know I am. Anyway, yeah, it was not a fun few days. I had, I think, every symptom you could have with the flu. And then, of course, once I got feeling pretty good, I was on a move on to get ready for Christmas. I had nothing I can't remember if I had done my wrapping before I got sick. If I did, it was just that day. And then I had nothing baked. I didn't have all of my decorations up. That didn't happen. My tree got trimmed. I put up a few other things, and that was it. I just had to draw the line somewhere. Anyway, so Christmas was lovely, quiet, which is fine. We were able to bring my mom here to have turkey dinner with us on Christmas Day, which is very nice. She lives in a nursing home. For those of you that don't know, she has dementia. And she still knows us, knows all of us, but she's very confused, and she's getting more feeble. It seems like every time I see her, she's more feeble. So I'm not sure that she'll get here to our house next year for Christmas. It's a lot to get her in the house because we have stairs on both front and back. So yeah, that takes a lot. So anyway, it was good to have her here, and we had a good day. And then actually on Christmas Eve day, I started with pain in my rib cage, and I blamed it on coughing. I still think that that's what started it, from all the coughing from the flu. I don't know if I had a cracked rib or just pulled ligaments around the ribs or what, but I was in a lot of pain. It really didn't get bad until probably like 26th or the 27th, and then there was not much happening. I sat in the chair and stitched and read and slept. I couldn't sleep in the bed. I couldn't lay down. It was just too uncomfortable. I slept in the recliner. And so anyway, it's just been... This week, it feels better, not 100%, and I can sleep in the bed now, which is nice. But yeah, it's been a month. It's been kind of crazy. Anyway, I am glad to be back. And I had quite a bit of stitching because of this rib issue and the flu. I stitched a fair amount, but quite a bit of it is stuff that I can't show you yet. Excuse me. So I'll show you what I can. I did work on some whips, and I had some new starts. I had planned on doing the 12 by 12 New Year's Eve, 12 new starts. Needless to say, that didn't happen. My daughter and her husband were here. All the kids were here that day. So I knew they were coming, but I was thinking they were coming on the Friday instead of the Saturday. So I said, oh yeah, I'll still be able to do my New Year's Eve starts, but didn't happen. And I didn't I don't think I could have done it anyway. If they had been all kitted up and ready to go, I'd have been able to stitch them if the kids hadn't been here. But I wasn't able to get anything kitted up. It just was too much. So needless to say, that did not happen. So I will try that again next year. I had a handful of patterns that I had hoped to start, and I'm like, I want to start all the things. So yeah, I'm trying to control it to a certain degree, but I have started a few new things. So I'll show you what I've got, and I've got giveaways from last time, so we'll do that. And I had some Christmas stitchy good things, and a few things that I've purchased. Yeah, so let's get it right into it. This is one of my new starts, and I mentioned this in my previous video that I wanted to do this. Put this on the board. This is Peace on Earth by Salt and Pepper Stitching. I think it's so cute. Oh my, I just love it. So I really had finished this and had hoped to have it FFO'd by Christmas, but there was no sewing going on, let me tell you. Anyway, so this is on a piece of, I think it's 28 count linen. It might be 32 that I dyed myself. It's kind of a gray green, and I love the color it turned out, which really I wasn't expecting it to be that close to what I wanted. So I was really pleased with it. I did change the greens. I think just the greens I changed, but I can't remember for sure, and I don't think I wrote it down. Anyway, I love it, love it, love it, and can't wait to get it FFO'd into a little pillow. So yeah, that's a great little design. She's got some really cute patterns out there. If you haven't checked her out, I'll link her below. But I think it's salt.pepper on Instagram. So I'll try to put her link below. This one, I'm trying to remember when I started this one. Pretty sure it was after Christmas. This is Hibernation Day by Heartstring Samplery, and I've been wanting to do this one for a while. I have the picture here on my iPad. It's a download. So that's the full pattern. My sister and I are both stitching this, and it says, I love the snap of winter air and snowflakes on my face. How snowdrifts make the world disappear without a trace. I'd take a day dressed in pajamas in a room without a view if I can spend the day curled up next to you. Let's have a hibernation day. And that is just absolutely me 100%, and my sister. Yeah, it just really is me. So I got that one started. Pretty happy with it. I'm stitching this on 25 count Vintage Country Mocha, and I'm doing it 1/1. So it is pretty tiny. This is the first thing I've done other than words. That's all 1/1. So yeah, pretty happy with it. I can't remember if I used the called for red. I think so, but I'd have to check. Anyway, love that. My Christmas Eve start was the 1984 Prairie Schooler Santa, which is becoming a thing for me. I'm going to start, I have started a new Prairie Schooler Santa for the past 3 years on Christmas Eve. So this is the 1984 one, and I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that this week that was their first one. And that's the year we got married. So I'm trying to do significant years for my family. So 1984, that one's 1984, and there's another one in here that is for us. 1989 is the one with, is this one. That's the year our daughter was born, 1989, so I'll definitely be doing that one. And I do love this one, so I'll probably do that too. Anyway, here is my start on that. And I'm doing them on 18 count beige Aida. So, and I do change the color of the green and the red. I use 321 DMC for the red and 3345 for the green. I know it's sacrilege to change Prairie Schooler colors, but I prefer them. Then I had a false start, but I will show it to you here. Well, actually, there's not much left because I took a lot of it out. I really love this pattern, and I've had it, I got it from the Punch Needle magazine a couple years ago, or maybe a year ago, I can't remember. And I've been wanting to start it ever since. And if I can find it here. Nope, there it is. This is a Barbara Anna design Dancer. And I just love that deer. So I have a piece of, I'm pretty sure this is Pebble. And it's 32 count Lagana. And I started it there, and that's the beginning of the antlers. And the color of the antlers, lost it. The color of the antlers is very similar to the color of my fabric. So I tried a couple of different grays and it just didn't work. It just wasn't cutting it. So I decided not to use that color fabric. And I put it on hold now until I can get another piece. I do have a piece of gray hand-dyed Aida. I can't remember what it's called. That may work. So my next thing will be to try that fabric. Then I started this one just on the weekend, just this past weekend. And this is one that I've been seeing on Instagram a lot this year. It's a free pattern from Stitches Through the Years, or Through the Year, I'm not sure which. And it's, so I downloaded it off of her website. There it is. But this is not a front-on picture, but it's so pretty. It's got such pretty colors. It's all DMC, or I'm using the DMC conversion, but it's just so rich and pretty. And I'm stitching it on a piece of 27 count Vintage Country Mocha Linda cloth. And my fabric, like it's fabric chicken. Oh wow, yeah, I almost have not enough fabric over here on this side, but pretty sure I'm planning to frame it, so I'm pretty sure it'll work. I just love it so much. I think it's so pretty. The deer and the cardinals and all the flowers. It's just really pretty. So there's a red house. You've seen in the picture there, there's a red house. So you know how I feel about red houses. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I didn't iron it. Didn't iron anything this morning. Anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty, like I said, I love it. And after I got it started and I got over to this side, I thought, oh no, is it gonna, but I think I can make it work. Pretty sure. I'll just need like 3/8 of an inch or so to turn under, and I think I've got enough there for that. So that one is really, really enjoyable. I'm loving that, stitching on that a lot. I'm checking my notes here. I have a couple of whips, same two whips that I worked on last time. This one is Daybreak. This way, I guess. Yep, this way. So this is Daybreak. This actually shows the colors really well. If you remember when I started this, I started it with the called for colors and I didn't like it. It was way too bright for what I wanted. The digital printout or the digital picture of the pattern, the colors look much different than the called for floss. So I wanted it to be a bit more pastel, but not too pretty pastel, if that makes sense. Anyway, I am really happy with the way the colors have turned out. It represents me pretty well. So I finished this one this time, and then I started this one. It's not quite done. So yeah, not a whole lot of progress on this, but a little bit. So I thought I would show it. So that's Daybreak. That's a Carolyn Manning design. And that is 28 count Monaco cream. I think it's cream. Might be antique white. And then my other whip this month that I worked on was my big Quaker Christmas. So I'm getting really close to a finish on this. Folded it to bring it up closer for you. So what I have done this month is I finished this motif. I added this one and I think both of these snowflakes and I think maybe the K. This snowflake, this one, this motif, and I think all of these. I think this too. Yeah, maybe the V. No, the V was probably there. Anyway, I'm getting really close. I'm about, I don't know, more than an eighth. But not a whole lot more than an eighth left to do. Oh, here I am showing you the wrong side. Anyway, it's really pretty. I love it, love it, love it. Really happy with that. Okay, that's all my stitching. Like I said, I am working on one that's will be a release, a chart for me. And it's got quite a lot of stitching in it. And I stitched on that a lot while I wasn't feeling good. So next time, I hope I will have that ready to show you. There's still a fair amount of stitching left to do on it. I haven't actually decided yet what's coming next, but I have a good idea in my head. If I can make it work on the fabric, that'll be great. Anyway, so I wanted to show you a few things that I received. First thing I'm going to show you, I bought these this week. These are Fiskars Scissors. If you are into scissors. Now, I'm a quilter too, so these appeal to me, my quilting side. These were $4 at Dollarama. Dollarama is dollar store. I seen a post on Facebook where someone had said they had gotten a pair at Dollarama. So I happened to be in town this week and went into Dollarama, and sure enough, they had a bunch on the shelf, so I got some. And I posted it on my guild site, and they're gone in the Digby store now. And I know several other friends have been to several other Dollaramas, and they don't have them. But hopefully, if you are near a Dollarama, you can pick yourself up a pair. Pretty darn good deal. I mean, they're around $20, $25, I think, typically. So hopefully you can get yourself a pair of them. I also purchased this piece of fabric. This is, I think it's Ale Edinburgh linen, 36 count. So a little while ago in the fall, I ordered 2 pieces of Fox and Rabbit 36 count linen, and first time that I have done anything much on 36 count, and I haven't done a whole lot on linen. But I do like the idea of using one thread, so I decided to order that and give it a whirl. And I do like it very much. And I've done a few things on it. So I can see myself leaning towards 36 count more and more. I have some more ordered, and then this one had just come. So this is, like I said, this is a 36 count, picture this plus, ale, Edinburgh linen. And I have a chart on the way. A friend of mine challenged me to do a Teresa Kogut pattern. I think it's called All the Things. It's a Christmas one. So I'm pretty sure this piece of fabric will work for that. I'm not positive, but I'm hoping. So when the pattern gets here, I will know for sure. And I will probably have that to show you next time too. And then I also ordered this pattern because it's one that I've been wanting to do for a while. I think I told you I had ordered it, but it hadn't come yet. So this is His Eyes on the Sparrow. And that's a honkin' big sampler. I do have a piece of fabric on order. And I had hoped to start this one New Year's Day, but it just didn't happen. And the fabric didn't make it anyway. So anyway, I've been looking at this one for a long time. I'm pretty sure I watched so many YouTubes this past couple of weeks. But one of my favorites, Christy from Crosshatch Quilts, she posted a big sampler. Well, she does a lot of big samplers, but I'm thinking it was this one. It might have been Consider the Lilies or one of those other big ones, but I'm thinking it was this one. I'd have to go back and check. And I'm pretty sure she said she was changing the house to red. And I love that idea. So I may possibly do that too. I think she said, it might not even have been her, but somebody this week talked about that. I'm pretty sure they said they were going to do the house, the color of the door, and then probably the door, the color of the house. Anyway, so yeah, this one, like I said, it's been calling to me for a while. His Eyes on the Sparrow. The reason this one speaks to me is because of my dad. When I was growing up, he used to love to watch the Billy Graham specials that were on TV. And he loved George Beverly Shay's singing. He was one of the guys that always sang on the Billy Graham shows. And I can remember him singing His Eyes on the Sparrow on that show. And my dad loved it, and I can remember hearing him sing along. Yeah, it's a really good memory of my dad. So this one will definitely be in his memory. It must be a place that I can put. Yeah, there's initials there and a year. I'll probably put his initials. It's right in that little, what's it called? Cartouche? Can't remember. Anyway, so that was acquisition. And then these two things I got for Christmas from my sister. We do a floss advent for each other. I think I've showed you the little house before. I don't know where it is. And that didn't happen by December 1st either. So we've been doing that since Christmas. And yesterday we opened the last of them. So I have 24 new flosses. Several of them were fancy flosses, Gentle Arts, and there might have been 1 week's, and I think the rest were classic color, and then the rest, the most of them were DMC, typical DMC colors that we use a lot. She did put in a few DMC special ones that I don't have, and they are right here in front of me. This one is 4522. It's really pretty. Purples and greens and browns. This one is a Christmas variegated 4520. It's got some teal, red, green, white. And then these two are C321 and C310. So they're the typical red that I like to use the most. And the black, see if I can get it to focus. So you can see the glitter in them a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, so they're fun. I don't know what I'll use them on yet, but I will Have them in my stash, ready to go. And then I've been wanting a Mill Hill kit, beads kit. So she got me this one that's camping themed. It's called Camping Out. It's got this bear as a button, and it's got a tent and a cottage and a canoe and a fire. It's really cute. And it's done on black, I think it's black, might be navy, perforated paper. So there's the flosses and all the beads and the button. So that'll be fun. That'll be really fun, I think. And she also gave me this one that she knew I had been wanting, Heaven and Nature Sing, and Heaven and Nature Sing by Kathy Barrick. I love Kathy Barrick's patterns. And I was happy to see that Christy from Crosshatch Quilt had this one on the wall too. I think it was one of her new ones that she had just had framed. So yeah, it's a really cute, great design. I love that deer. Anything with a deer. Yeah. Again, it's all about my dad. Yeah. So those were my new acquisitions. Okay. I used the YouTube random comment picker this morning to pick 3 comments from last time's video. And I was giving away I Heard the Bells, my new chart. I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. And my Polar Gothic. And my winter, Shore Signs of Winter. So I have PDF giveaways for those 3 charts. And the winners are for I Heard the Bells. The winner is Tracy Kerfman. So Tracy, if you can get in touch with me, my email address is below, or you can message me on Instagram. And for the Shore Signs of Winter, the winner is Carmen Mack. And Polar Gothic, the winner is Cross Stitcher 223. So if the 3 of you could get in touch with me, I will get those PDFs out to you as soon as I can. Okay. I think that is all of the cross stitch. I did want to show you a picture. We had family pictures done the weekend before I made my last video, and I wanted to show you that. So a young lady that used to work for me in my quilt shop is a local photographer, and she had this antique truck available to her that she sets up for photos. So on this side is my daughter and her husband, and on this side is my son and his girlfriend, and that's my hubby and I in the middle. No snow. We have had some snow since then. We do have some snow on the ground today, not a lot, about an inch. It kind of is off and on. We did have snow on Christmas Day. It started snowing Christmas Eve, and it snowed most of that day and most of Christmas Day, but again, not a lot. I think the most we've had at all is 4 to 5 inches. And then it's cold, and then it warms up, and then everything melts and rains and warms up and rains. And so the snow has not lasted any time at all. And yet last night, I think I read that I heard on the radio that it was supposed to be the coldest night that we've had yet. And it got to minus 10 Celsius here. When we went to bed, it was minus 10 Celsius, which is pretty cold. And then, what's today? Thursday. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be plus 10. So, and heavy rain and rain again on Saturday, and then 10 to 15 centimeters on Sunday. So we shall see what we get. I'm hoping for the snow on Sunday and Monday. So that's what it's calling for right now. Hopefully we do get that. I'm not holding my breath, but okay. So that's all the stitching. And I do have a little bit of quilting. I will show you this though before some of you would be interested in this regardless. My friend and I try to do a handmade gift for each other every Christmas. Hers did not happen. I planned on doing that the week after I saw you last, and I wasn't up to that. But I did make her a pincushion, a wool applique pincushion. And I don't have a picture of it here, I don't think. No. So I did at least have something for her to go along with some other things that I had picked up for her. And this is what she got me. She made me. This is a runner. And that's on my TV stand. And this shows you better color and a close-up of the embroidery. So I really love it. And this one day this week she said, so I really don't have anything else in mind to make for you for another year. And I was like, oh, well, I'll suggest something. And then I said, oh, well, actually you can make me another runner, just like this one that's not seasonal, one that can stay out year round. So hopefully she gets on that. Oh dear. Anyway, and what I had planned on making her, it will happen. Just not sure when. Okay, so that's it. I have a little bit of quilting update for you. Very little bit. If you're not sticking around for the quilting, thank you for coming by. I don't have a giveaway today. I just didn't have time to put anything together. But I will probably in the next video or so. Hopefully if I have my new chart ready, I will have a giveaway for that. So I hope you're having a great new year, and thank you for coming by. So if you are a quilter and you're interested in this, I decided to participate in, and I've been planning this for a couple of months. I came across, I did a trunk show at a guild in Bridgetown area, which is about an hour away from me. And the lady, one of the ladies there, well, it was the lady that invited me to come. She was working on an English paper piecing project, and it was a year-long challenge, sew-along. It's called Focus Sewing Sew-along, maybe? I'd have to put the hashtag below. And the lady that hosts it, her name is Naomi Alice C, I think it is, on Instagram. And I think this is her 6th year, I think they said, that she has hosted this a Focus Sewing Sew-along. So she picks a English paper piecing shape, and you choose whatever size you want to do that shape, and you choose whatever design you want to, whatever block you want to build from that shape. So last year the shape was, I can't remember. But this year the shape is, oh my goodness. This shape. Oh my. What the heck is it called? Oh, I think I've got one right here in the package. Honeycomb. The honeycomb shape. So I happen to have leftover from the shop 1-inch honeycombs. So that's what mine are. And I will fill in with a 1-inch square here. I haven't decided yet just exactly what color I want to do the fill in. But this is the honeycomb 1-inch. And each month and week, she challenges you to for your fabric, what your fabric is going to be that you choose. So this month is red. So the whole month of January will be red. It doesn't have to be all red. It can be just one small aspect of the fabric in red. And then each week there is a different challenge for well, not the technique, but again, it goes along with the fabric. So this time it was identifiable motif. So this, I had this sewing theme fabric in my stash from when I had the shop, actually. It has thimbles and pins. And like there is a lot of fussy cutting or focus sewing, she calls it, throughout this whole project. So anyway, that is my first block. And I'm thinking I may put black squares, 1-inch squares in here to join them together. I haven't decided for sure, but we shall see. And I've told you before, I'm not real good at sticking to any of those long-term things, but we'll see. It was a fun thing that I wanted to start and get in on. So, and like I said, go to Instagram and check out the hashtag. I'll put that below. There's a lot of good stuff there that you that you would find interesting if you're interested in English paper piecing, which I am. I love it. So that is it for me today. I should say, and I should have said this earlier about the cross stitch. In my plans last month, I had talked about possibly doing a word of the day piece. That did not happen, but I had decided not to do that before I got sick. I just didn't think I could make it work. Fabric-wise, I wouldn't have had a clue if the fabric I had was big enough. And I just dreaded getting down to the bottom of that and not having enough fabric to finish it. So I do kind of wish I could do something along that line, but I don't know how I would go about it. So I may come up with something for next year. I'm not worried about it. Anyway, I know some of you were asking about it, and I just wanted to give you an update on that it did not happen. So, I've got a frog. That's it for me today. Thank you so much for dropping by. I'm hoping to get this uploaded this afternoon. I have to go to a doctor's appointment, and so I'll drop into my sister's and hopefully be able to load that there. And yeah, I think that's it. The 3 giveaways, if I called your name out, Tracy Kerfman, Carmen Mack, and Cross Stitcher 223, please get in touch with me and I'll get your PDFs off to you right away. Have a great couple of weeks, and I will see you hopefully in that time. COVID is nuts with this new strain, so hopefully everyone stays well and safe, and I'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Bye.